I'm feeling lazy after our Super Bowl episode. I did a lot of work for episode number 140. Too much, some might say. Now, there was some hockey thing this past week. The four natties or something like that. If Canada wins the four natties, prepare to get tariffed to death, you stinking Canucks. The USA will undoubtedly win it, just like how they won the NASDAQ 500, the Paris Olympics, and the Whoa. Too lazy to even get the names right. I will try to come up with a way to make the NBA more exciting, since it's too boring for Draymond Green. My bewilderment to Bregman breaking the bank and bouncing to Boston, more busting of balls in Baltimore, and the Bengals are bungled by big money bonds hoping to obtain a bargain from the best. The last 10 minutes are going to be Eagles parade footage, straight up unedited, so if you're listening on Spotify, you could tune out after the crowd noise starts. Please subscribe to the Hoagies and Pierogis YouTube channel, or at the very least leave a like and comment on each video. Let's clean up the docket here. This is number 141 of H&P.
Live from Central Pennsylvania, with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis.
The Ski Stash! The Ski Stash!
Welcome to the Big Ten. Beecher's going drink, man. Let's go! All right, speaking of hockey in that intro, I had like almost immediate buyer's regret after getting the Penguin sign back there. And now that I'm talking about basketball, I'm going to be talking about basketball for the third week in a row. It's even stronger. I should have gotten a Penn State sign. I'll get around to it. All right, I didn't watch a single second of the All-Star Game tournament or the surrounding skills competitions, but I did watch the dunk contest like I said I would last week. First off, the yes dear meme is 100% the Mac McClung's relationship to the NBA. So in the dunk contest, Matt McClung dunked over a car. For his first dunk... That's a great way to start out. His ankle clipped it. Who cares? That was awesome. He then cleared a 6-foot guy easily for a clean hesitation and turn dunk. And in the final round, there was actually multiple rounds to the finals. He dunked 2 basketballs on his first dunk. What? One from a guy holding a ball on a hoverboard and the other from a guy holding the ball in front of the rim on a ladder. So as if jumping over a 6-foot guy wasn't impressive enough, he jumped over a at least 7-foot tall guy. I really don't know how tall he actually was, and put him on a 3 to 4 inch platform as if he wasn't tall enough. He cleared him and then also kissed the ball to the front of the rim before dunking it. That was pretty sick. Couldn't really see it in real time, and he kept going, replay that. And then everyone was like, well, what? Okay, well, we'll watch it again, but what happened? And when he touched that ball to it, it just intentionally did it so fast and then dunked it right in. Oh my God. After clearing at least 7 feet, super impressive. But all props to Stephon Castle. That was amazing. He has been the closest contender so far to the true three-peat king, Mac McClung. All right, so during the break, Draymond Green said that the NBA is boring now, and Oscar Robertson basically told him to shut the fuck up, which was very funny.
Well, Draymond said so much. Who cares what Draymond says? He doesn't mean anything. People, this is what I mean. One guy can say this, and one guy can say that. The game is what it is. People either like the game or they don't, and I think people enjoy the game, especially if their team can win. And you look at the basketball, it might be boring to him because if he's not passing the ball to Curry, what is he doing?
I agree. Triple single is
not to single that out because I think he knows how to play basketball, but he's passed his ball to Curry more than anyone I've ever seen in basketball. And so it means a lot. So, it might be boring to him at times because of what he's doing. Maybe it is boring when he's out there. He's not shooting a lot, and he's not guarding a lot. So it's boring.
Do I think the NBA is boring? Maybe a little bit, sure, but that's not because the game itself is boring. There's not too much parity. If you have 2 superstars, I'm willing to bet you win a large chunk of the time. I don't have a stat on that, and with 3 superstars, I'm sure that you only win, as evidenced by Golden State and Miami, the Miami Heat back in the day. Back in the day, that was like 2006. There's still also the persistent issue of stars sitting out games, which with the new rule of the 65 game minimum is just screwing deserving players out of awards, all team honors, and in turn money, which is just pissing off the players. In college basketball, there's parity, not just in March Madness, but during the regular season as well. There is always a new number one team, and it's been like that for like the past 3 or 4 years at least. I do think that the parity in the NBA is a little bit better this year with the Thunder being atop the West and the Cavs being atop the East. It would be nice if we could get a final of the Thunder and the Knicks. A all blue and orange matchup for the finals would be pretty cool. Also, we need a better name than just the finals for basketball. We have the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, and the World Series for other sports. The finals for basketball is a little bit boring. Maybe just make the rules the same as college. There have already been talks of changing the quarter length from 12 minutes to 10 minutes, so why not just make it 2 20-minute halves? And in college, they play, around 30 games a season, depending on, in-season and conference tournaments. Even including March Madness, they only play 35 games max, which is less than half the games in the NBA regular season alone. Every player goes all out for every game. There is a distinct difference from college basketball to professional basketball that I don't think exists in football solely because of the disparity in the number of games between the college level and professional level in basketball. I think that's the only difference. Nowadays, the college players are playing 15 games a season. That's almost a full NFL season. There should be more NBA teams to support a true postseason tournament. And this leads me to my solution for fixing the NBA. All right, 1. Double the amount of teams to 64. You get an NBA team, you get an NBA team, you all get an NBA team with 8 divisions of 8 teams. Good start. To fill the rosters, hold a redraft of all players. G League is open to pick from, as is any eligible college or international player. Judging solely from the Luka trade, it doesn't matter where the stars end up anyway. Cut the number of games down from 82 to 50 or 60. Most can't even play 65 apparently. Keep the 4 12-minute quarters in this case, why mess with that? But make the court bigger and add an extra man to the floor so it's harder for just 2 players to carry a team. A little extra running won't hurt with 20 to 30 less games in a season. And then for the postseason, have a true March Madness style tournament with the top 12 teams making the bracket with playing games for the last 4 spots. That way the top 12 get a small bye week kind of baked in there. It can be spread over a weekend so everyone can watch and we won't have series in the middle of the week. Home court advantage, no neutral site until the championship game. Problem solved. Profit. Adam Silver, you can have that idea if you're willing to give me a partial stake in the new franchise in Pittsburgh. We're bringing back the Condors, baby. Let's go. All right, but speaking of March Madness, it's right around the corner, and Notre Dame's coach, Micah Shrewsbury, has me hyped.
Don't give up on these kids, man. I don't care about anybody's opinion. I know who I am. I know I can coach basketball, and I know I'm turning this program around. So you gave up on me already? I'm going to see you back here. I don't give a damn. Don't give up on these kids, because we're going to get this thing rolling. I sat there and watched more Louisville fans in here than Notre Dame people, and that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for me, because I'm the head coach here. And yes, I got us in this predicament. But don't come back when we're losing or when we're winning, because we're turning this around, man. You better believe that. Everybody that gave up on me, believe it. Write this date down and believe it, because we're going to get this thing rolling. I don't care if you gave up on me or not.
I'm so ready for it. We got the text from Shane today. Oh, man, let's go. All right, on to some baseball here. Big free agent news. Alex Bregman to the Red Sox. Surprise, surprise. Holy shit. There were so many talks around him joining the Tigers that this seemed to come out of nowhere. And he gets 3 years, $120 million. $40 million a year for Bregman. But there are opt-outs after each year. This might be more insane than the Alonso deal on first glance, but it turns out it might actually be a better deal after more details came out. So $60 million of that, half of the contract is deferred. The deferrals are spread out from 2035 to 2046 that make the present day value of the contract around $90 million. So my initial reaction was it looks really bad when you see $120 for a player that will be 31 at the end of March, but essentially $20 million a year with just over $5 million for 11 years. after that is decent deal for both parties, I think. So with this, they're talking about moving Devers off of third base and replacing him with Bregman. I don't know why I thought Devers was good at third, but he's god-awful. He's really bad at third base. Third base is my position, Devers said, according to MLB.com's Ian Brown. It is what I've played. I've made it clear what my desire is. Devers flat out said no very cheekily when asked if he would DH.
How would you react if they asked you to DH? How would you feel about that?
No.
Can you translate that, please?
Devers signed a 10-year, $313.5 million extension in January of 2023, so it might be a little bit hard to trade him with 8 years left on that contract. Like they would do that anyway after the whole Mookie debacle, after the Red Sox, said that they did not have enough money to keep him and tried to make up for it with this contract at Devers, which was not only a desperate money dump at the time, but is now a headache for all involved if he won't move off of third base. To be honest with you, I really thought Bregman would end up at shortstop for the most part just to keep Trevor Story healthy. He only had 106 plate appearances in 26 games last year and 168 plate appearances in 43 games the year before. So, I don't know. Bregman has played almost 1,000 MLB innings at shortstop, but none since 2019. Why is Story not the designated hitter in this situation? Their defense is comparable in that you would think keeping a guy off the field who can't stay on the field as frequently as possible would be a good thing. Story will likely get hurt soon, so this should all be a non-issue. I'm sure Bregman will be a team player and play wherever the coaches put him. I mean, let's be honest, it really doesn't matter in the long run since their top prospect, Marcelo Mayer, will likely be called up after crushing Double-A last year. When he does get called up, Mayer will definitely stay at shortstop. Bregman will be at third base, and Devers can suck it up and do less work for the same amount of money. Marcelo Mayer is a non-roster invite this spring training, so they'll get to see a lot of him for the next month coming up here. So speaking of positional changes, Mike Trout is going to be moving to right field to help with the strain on his body. Center field is demanding, and there's a reason that coaches say, just throw him out in right field. I've heard that before. I just don't know the reason. He has a full no-trade clause, but the Pirates should try to trade for him anyway. Maybe he'd waive it to be closer to his Eagles. Now, if they were to theoretically take on the remaining $185 million of his contract over the next 5 years and his $37 million salary for this year, that would push their payroll all the way up to $107 million, good from 27th to 22nd. From 27th to 22nd overall in payroll. Wow. To add almost $47 million and you're still not in the top 2/3 of the league? Come on now. But Ben Cherington literally said, we're not on the doorstep of anything. Adding Mike fucking Trout to the payroll wouldn't make a dent in Nutting's profit whatsoever. Yet what? They're not on the doorstep of anything? Why was the next question not including the playoffs? This answer was in reference to if the Pirates would add any more players before the start of the season. But in all seriousness, I was thinking about it, and they actually have help on the way in the form of Andy Rodriguez, Johan Oviedo, and then later in the season, Dauri Moreta, Bubba Chandler, and probably Thomas Harrington. But they still need to make a move for a bat. Pitching should be totally fine. I would still like to see them trade for Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. All right, here's one that they should definitely dump all their money into this next offseason. If there's any chance of them spending a lucrative amount of money, this is the player that I think they would do it on. The Blue Jays did not reach a contract agreement with Vlad Jr. before the deadline was up today. And then he also said he would not discuss a contract during the season whatsoever, so he'll reach free agency. Pirates, please. If there was ever a player to sign to a massive contract, it should be the best run-creating first baseman in the league with generational family ties that was initially signed by Ben Cherington. He did say he wants to be a Blue Jay for life, however, but I would pay a lot of money for a perennial 100-run, 100 RBI player. Hell, I'd settle for the Pirates to sign Drake at this point. And in baseball, I would say it's an abject failure to not get anything for players that are departing or to sign them to an extension. The most recent player that I can think of that left in free agency and didn't get traded beforehand is Bryce Harper. It almost happened to Aaron Judge, but he got Arson Judge to take his place going to San Francisco. This is from Fangraphs. Guerrero is one of 11 players who's posted multiple 160 weighted run created plus seasons in the past 10 years. He's definitely worth the money, and that Luka comparison is pretty apt in my mind. All right, a little bit more pre-spring training news. Shohei threw his first bullpen of the year. It's at 92 to 94 on his fastball. I would like to see him in a relief role, but I don't see him being a full-time starter just to preserve his elbow. I'm sure he'll have an innings limit this year. I mean, another surgery will still keep him out an indefinite amount of time, so you don't want him to miss any time with his bat. All right, on to some baseball cards. Top Series 1 came out this past week, and I ripped quite possibly the best card in my life so far.
No way, what?
A patch autograph card from Fernando Tatis Jr., who is huge in the hobby. He did take a little bit of a dip after the PED thing, but still, I looked up some of his autographs, and they are, they're up there. I am gonna keep it, I think, but it is still really cool to get my first redemption card. All right, that's all for baseball. We do have a little bit of college football here. Matt Patricia is the new defensive coordinator at Ohio State. This is a great move for both parties, since Matty P will be coaching like his life depends on it to get another shot in the NFL. And then in pre-combine news even, Cam Ward is already running his mouth. Okay, you're either going to draft me or not, or you're not. If you don't draft me, that's your fault. You've got to remember you're the same team that's got to play me in the first half of games for the rest of my career, and I'll remember that. Nah, I just added the first half part. But seriously, don't give up on whatever team drafts you. Do not be like Anthony Richardson. Oh my God. Cam Ward is the next coming of Anthony Richardson. I'm too tired. I tap out. Take me out. That comparison only came to my head right now. All right, for the NFL here. This meme of Harrison Butker has been going around, but I mean, he literally didn't even have a chance to kick? Why should he feel bad at all for himself? Yeah, it sucks that his team lost, but what could he do about it? The entire team would have been more productive with their time had they stayed home. It's so weird that he's living rent-free in so many people's heads. I legitimately forgot about everything he said and would have never brought him up ever again if the people who hate him weren't constantly talking about him. People are more up in arms about Harrison Butker than Justin Tucker. 7 more women have come forward against him, and that brings the total to 16 masseuses across 8 spas. Again, one claims that he left ejaculate on the table. Brother, you have a towel. At least wipe it up. What the hell are you doing? He's 35 and had a shit year. Just let him go at this point. It's more of a headache to keep him than it is to just let him go and find another kicker. But I think people aren't outraged about Justin Tucker as much as Watson, because Tucker is not going to be in line for a $250 million guaranteed contract. I think more people are mad about the Browns giving him that amount of money and then him like acting like nothing happened rather than being mad at him for the crime. But yeah, Tucker is on his way out and won't get a huge payday like that. So it's kind of like, all right. Oh, more dead money. The Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers and will have to take on $49 million in dead cap space this year, or spread it out, $14 million this year and $35 million next year. Well, either way, the Jets will jet. A little bit of free agent news here. Free agency doesn't start until March 12th at 4 p.m., so we got a long way to go. But according to Jason LaCanfora late last week, the Patriots were all in on T. Higgins, and he wanted, reportedly, at least $30 million a year. Fuck, Patriots should just give him $35 million for good measure. Fuck it. Get Josh Sweat, get Ronnie Stanley, get literally anyone. We can afford them all with $100 million in cap space. I mean, seriously. With that much cap space, the QB position solved, and a veteran head coach in place, I'm sure Kraft will be more willing to burn some cash this year than last year. But on Monday, it was announced that the Bengals are considered likely to use a second franchise tag on T. Higgins if they don't agree to an extension before the March 4th deadline to tag players, according to Tom Belleroso. I'm really not sure how the Bengals will be able to work out a Chase and Higgins extension and Trey Hendrickson extension as well. I guess they'll wait until the last possible minute to extend Higgins like they are with Chase right now, who likely already has something lined up if they're willing to do this. Burrow has also said recently he'd be willing to restructure his contract if that means keeping both wide receivers. But like I said, they also have to extend Trey Hendrickson. So if they can only keep Higgins or Hendrickson, they would be exponentially stupid to lose the one thing that's keeping opposing quarterbacks from throwing 500 yards against them every single game. They're going to be so comfortable back there if they lose him. Al Golden is going to try to come in and fix things, but he has a lot more work to do if they don't extend Hendrickson, how are they going to do that? I really don't know how that's possible with only $23 million in cap space if they do tag Higgins, which it's a $26 million tag. They have $49 million to spend right now before any contract extensions. But even if they convert a lot of Chase's cap hit to a signing bonus this year, I still don't know how they're going to get Hendrickson and Higgins. And they just extended their punter. No matter how small that cap hit is, it takes away from the pool. They'll lose one of Higgins or Hendrickson almost indefinitely, and both are pivotal to the team. I think the team will do a lot better with Hendrickson, though, as opposed to keeping Higgins on an offense that could already probably put up 35 points without him. And this all might be a moot point because the NFL announced on Wednesday that the salary cap will be going up $22 to $26 million from $255 million to the range of $277 to $281 million. The Patriots are now going to have around $150 million to spend, so burn that cash, Robert Kraft. All right, but like I said, this is going to be a short one today. Just kind of phoning it in a little bit. If you're listening on Spotify, we're going to go over the parade footage that RJ sent me. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, keep on watching. I do have a little bit to put at the end here, so if you want to tune in, thank you for tuning in. But here's the parade.
You're that motherfucker! Nick! Yeah, Nick! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Tell him who the fuck you are, Nick! Yeah! Breathe! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go, baby! Go Birds! Yes, yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! AJ! 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 No! AJ! Devontae! Oh, shit! Yeah! Go! Check it out! Yeah, Dallas! He's trying to kill me. Yeah! Let's go! Cobras! Oh, Gilly! Oh, it's Gilly! Fuck! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go, Birds! Go, Birds! Go, Birds! More confetti! Yeah! Dom! Yeah! Yeah, Dom! Yeah, Dom! Yo, yeah! Holy shit! Yeah, Dom, my python! Oh no! Oh, there's Jordan. There's the trophy, baby. It was right there. No! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Go Birds! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's fucking go! Yeah! Let's go! Go Birds, baby! Yeah! Let's go! the bald eagle! That's the bald eagle! Yeah! Let's go! Go Birds! Oh yeah! Let's go Birds!
That was fun. If only he would have got a video of Hallie Roseman getting hit in the head with a beer can. That would have been awesome. So, MLB The Show 25 is coming out soon, and Road to the Show, the feature preview came out today, the little 5-minute video. But we can finally put tokens into any attributes we want. I literally just said it last week, or whenever, 2 weeks ago, whenever we went over the trailer. I am so happy. I'm over the moon. We're going to have the most disgusting picture ever. But I am seriously thinking about making gaming content for when the game drops. I think that would be fun if I could find a good way to play and record at the same time without anything obscuring my screen. I'm looking forward to Diamond Dynasty, but I will do like a playthrough of Road to the Show on the new GOAT difficulty. I will do it. I have played a whole career on Hall of Fame before and got the strikeouts record, Nolan Ryan's strikeout record. So, all right, let's check Twitter real quick here before we close shop. Oh, ASAP Rocky is found not guilty of firing a gun at his former friend. All right, that is it for this week. Make sure to leave a like and comment on each video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hoagies and Pierogis is available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for clips throughout the week. And we'll leave you with this. Munch.
Live from Central Pennsylvania with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis.
The ski stash! The ski stash!
Welcome to the Big Ten. Beijers go drink, man. Let's go.